Speaking of best version,
It's the 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Hello and welcome. Glad you could join us here on 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Next to me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight's broadcast will feature the Phoenix Suns as they go up against the Hornets in Charlotte. Taking a look at the Hornets, only one win in their last 6 games. They know they can play much better, looking to be more competitive tonight. Well, you talk about a player who needed a few years to adjust to the NBA. Kemba Walker has gone from solid to great in short order. He's really taken his team to the next level as well.
Yeah, he's improved his shot at every distance. His ball handling is wizardry and wizardry.
Wizardry?
It was wizardry.
How the heck you spell wizardry?
Well, it's kind of like wizardry with the saying it incorrectly.
With a G in it.
Yeah, but his scoring efficiency has really probably been his biggest asset.
Not only that, he plays to his strengths on the offensive side of the ball. And Kenny, I hate to disrespect you, I think he's the best guard coming out of New York. Hope you're not mad at me.
Well, Tiny Archibald would be. Or Lenny Wilkins would be.
Who they play for?
Oh, they would.
No, they were Hall of
New
Famers.
York.
Oh, I
Just
never knew
Hall of
that.
Famers.
All right. Kevin Harlan, take it away.
But I'll give it to Kemba.
Let's get started with the visiting Phoenix Suns. At power forward, Jordan Bennett. At center, Tyson Chandler. At point guard, Elton Payton. At the other forward position, T.J. Warren. At the other guard position, Devin Booker. The head coach of the visiting team is George Green.
We are in Charlotte, North Carolina, as we get ready for this interconference contest right here. Alongside Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan, the 4th member of our crew. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. The Suns will end the road trip here before heading back to Phoenix. Unfortunately, a troubled season they've had right down near the bottom, second to last in the West.
Yeah, and Kevin, things are starting to get a little bit out of control for them. This losing streak is starting to become an embarrassment, and it's only going to get worse if things don't change.
So the opening lineup for the Suns. Booker and Warren on the perimeter. Chandler out there with Bender. And it's Payton in at the 1 spot. And every veteran goes through a period, Chris, where they are benched for rest, especially this late in the season. Did you ever go through that? And is it something that's easy to accept?
looking back, I would not have mind being benched for rest. It wasn't that popular when I played. You had to even go hard in practices.
Right.
I think now teams understand how to handle that, and I think the schedule change may make it so that a lot of players won't have to have rest during the season. But you want to be in a position where you're not fighting for a playoff spot, because if you're fighting for a playoff spot or position, then rest is the last thing on your mind, because we always used to say, hey, you can rest all you want after you lose in the playoffs. So you have to balance your rest with expectation.
He dishes it to Bender. Booker against Batum. Batum brings the double team. Here's Bender. The Hornets pull it in, coming off that loss against the Nets.
You know, I don't like to use the word shock, but that was a shocking result for me. Nobody saw that one coming. To lose to that team was surprising enough, but to get blown out like that.
How about the word lethargic? You can see it in their body language. From the opening tip, they just didn't have it.
That's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start. And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
And here's Booker from the arc. And again, it's the Suns missing.
Well, that makes them 1 for 5 from the field so far. They need to start getting some better looks.
And Williams with the basket on the assist by Walker. Williams has got his second bucket tonight.
Okay, 4 for 5 from the floor right now. Wasting no time getting this offense rolling.
Howard with the steal. Kid Gilchrist with it. Now defended by Warren. He shoots again. Williams can't hit.
Aggressive move to the bucket, and the D is ready for it.
The feed now to Payton. Stolen by Walker. Howard dishes to Williams. Tyson Chandler pulls it in. Phoenix is gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And Booker kicks to Payton. To the middle, here's Warren, and it's Warren with the jam.
Oh, and how about squeezing the orange as tight as he could there before the stuff?
Yeah, no way he's going to lose that thing on the way up. And the Hornets miss again.
Well, that's giving him too much space from mid-range. It doesn't hurt him there, but they can't keep doing that.
And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. And here is Payton. Real disappointing game for him in that loss to Oklahoma City. Poked away, 4 on the clock.
And that'll make a pair of turnovers for him in just the last few minutes. So he's got to be a little bit more deliberate with the ball out there.
Walker's a blur in transition, end to end in the blink of an eye.
Suns trail by 5. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Here's Booker, and so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And more, it's looking like Devin Booker, the 13th pick in the 2015 draft, is going to be one of the biggest steals of that draft class.
And he's one that all GMs are looking at, and they wish they could have a redo. I mean, Booker was very young when he entered the draft, and some teams maybe shied away from that. But clearly he's shown that he could be one of the best players in that class.
Free throw good, Booker.
Oh, well, when you go up against the Hornets, you know that they're going to battle you for rebounds. Great job of closing out possessions. They rarely get pushed around on the glass.
Both good from the line that time. Hornets are a strong rebounding team, Chris. It makes sense when you look at this roster. A lot of strength at every position.
Oh, yeah. Well, and adding Dwight Howard can only help with that. Every time the shot goes up, he boxes out. He's not afraid to get into the paint and battle for position. Now, look at that. That's just a great all-around play. Getting into position for the offensive rebound, finishing strong on a putback.
Lets the three fly. A three-pointer is right on target. Booker's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Suns. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, a player that isn't known for his offense but makes up for it on D. Fantastic defender who can completely disrupt an assignment in a number of ways. Very quick and can stick to someone like glue.
Now, gentlemen, two shots. Loose shots.
Free throw good, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And with Kidd-Gilchrist, his defense is definitely his most important asset. Really, until his offense comes along, Chris, it's how he'll make his biggest impact on a team.
Well, that's perfectly fine for a player like MKG. He gives you defense and great rebounding on the wing, Kevin. He's active on both ends of the floor, and he brings the energy when he's in.
And both free throws good from Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
And the potential that Kidd-Gilchrist has is exciting. A rangy defender who is finding his offense slowly but surely.
Payton against Walker. Knocks it loose. And the ball travels out of bounds. Last touch by Kidd-Gilchrist. And a quick look at how things have been since the All-Star break, checking out the three-point shot ratio for the Hornets.
And clearly they haven't been shy about launching it from long range. That's the way the league has been going, and they are certainly embracing that trend.
Here's Bender. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
Maybe he should look to pass the ball right now and get his teammates involved, because right now, his shot's not falling. He's ice cold. Beautiful things happen when you attack. Put the defense on its heels.
Suns trail by 6. And they double up Payton. Over in the corner, Warren. To the right side. Bender with a wide open look. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Bender's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. I spoke with the Suns head coach for just a bit. He's looking to even the season series with a win tonight. He told me he knows his team can play better than they did the last time, and he thinks with the strong defense and shot blocking, they can make things difficult at that end of the floor. We'll see if they can impose their will tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
Thanks for the report, David. So their focus, guys, is going to be on defense right away.
And that's always a good philosophy. Don't let an opponent get settled. Try to take them out of their game early.
Well, you know what, guys? One of the things that stand out to me is how well their team communicates on defense. I mean, they function as a unit. That's why defense is a weapon for them.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Oh, well, that's because it was terrific anticipation. Also, the quick hands, a lethal combination.
6 to shoot. Fires the 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Bender's got 6 points.
That's the kind of confidence Bender has in himself, ready to fire as soon as he gets the ball in his hand.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And a fast break now for the Hornets. Batum leading the charge.
Oh, and really, Batum is so fast driving inside. The D is in a tough spot when he's going strong to the basket.
Well, one reason why Nick Batum is so valuable on the basketball floor is his ability to guard multiple positions. You hear that a lot with front court players, but Chris, he gives you that flexibility as a guard.
And his length is a big part of why he's able to do that. You always want a rangy guy you can put up on a shooter for the other team. Very often, Batum plays that role because of his ability to bother shots and check a multitude of players.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, so far, if you look at the totality, Batum has put together a very impressive career. He's had a great stroke from outside in addition to his outstanding defense.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Chris comes in for Bender, and Tyler Hughes subbed in for Payton. Both shots good from the stripe. And Chris, I know you've been executive producing and hosting various TV shows. You had a great NBA career, obviously, and it seems like you continue to find success. How's that been for you?
Well, I try to take the same lessons I learned in sports. You know, when I first got to Golden State, the first man I searched out was Chris Mullin and found out all of his habits and stole all of his knowledge, and I tried to take that and move forward. And I try to do the same in other areas. I try to work with the best. I try to learn, work hard, work my way up the rookie ladder and see what happens. And so I've just aligned myself with some really great people, some wonderful thinkers and hard workers, and hopefully it'll continue to have fun like I am doing. So it's been a great ride.
You're always learning, right? You never stop learning.
Man, come on. It's not just about a school or a class or one mentor. It's about everyday learning so that you can kind of learn and put people's knowledge with your unique sense of self and make it work. Why not learn on someone else's dime? Why go through life making mistakes when other people can kind of let you know, wait, I did this, you want to think about that, and kind of just put your own playbook together.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Well, I think the first thing they need to talk about are the rotations. There's a lot of miscommunication out there.
Chris passed to Ulis. Booker with no one around, and that comes off the assist by Ulis. And that's 11 points for Devin Booker.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked. And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys. And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way. Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
Well, I love how they've done it. They built this huge lead with points in the paint, dominating physically.
And now here comes Williams leading the break. The pull-up. Here's Walker. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. Walker's got 8 points.
The fast hands of Walker strike again. Got to admire his defensive instinct.
There's a screen by Chris. Now here's Ulis, guarded by Walker. Trying his luck deep. Up again. Rebounded by Howard. Charlotte leading by 13. A baseline J. Walker's shot is off.
I'll give him that shot again. He'll probably hit it. That's a good look.
Booker up top. He had a 30-point outing their last game against Oklahoma City.
Well, his rebounding stood out too. He gave them a big lift on the boards.
Now here's Williams. Here's Howard. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
And you need an army to keep Howard away from the basket. He's so superb at snatching up offensive rebounds.
Warren on the wing. Kid Gilchrist comes with a double team. Warren kicks to Chandler. Good ball movement here by the Suns. To the inside, Chris. The dish to Booker. To the paint, here's Warren, and that comes off the assist by Ulis.
You can't pass up a shot from such short range.
Here's Williams, and it's slammed in by Williams.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Oh, okay, you've done your job so far, but the question is now, can they sustain this level of energy? There's still a lot of game to play.
Now, here's Warren. And you know the points will always be there for him. He's averaging just a shade under 20 points a game right now. Shot's good by Walker.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And the shot by Warren, no good.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Shoots the 3. Rebound by the Suns. Their last encounter was in Phoenix.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
And you know that's something they've discussed. Oh! Watch out! Watch out! You got to respect the two-way game of Kid Gilchrist. Terrific at clogging up passing and dribbling lanes with his length.
Suns trail by 19. Now, here's Ulis. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Warren with the ball. Williams picks him up.
And when you see T.J. Warren on the court, I just love his activity. I mean, he's always cutting and moving without the basketball, very adept at finding those openings on the floor.
And Warren last season had his year interrupted by injury, cooled off after the fast start. But, Greg, he will always play with that activity.
Yeah, and he's so good at switching directions on a defender. Seemingly simple moves help him create great space both with and without the ball.
First free throw is good. Well, there are a lot of players who seemingly have ice in their veins when the game is on the line. They do not blink. When you think about those kind of players, who might be the most mentally tough in the league right now?
Well, it's so hard to tell who really is mentally tough because you don't know what these guys are thinking. But I know who looks like just cold stone, just merciless players out there, and that's Kawhi Leonard because
Yes.
you never know. You know Kawhi is a nice guy, but, you know, he'll shoot a shot that'll end the game and then just give you such a cold look. And I think Isaiah Thomas is that way. I mean, I think so many players, of course, LeBron, Curry have been that way their whole career. But Kawhi Leonard seems to be that next coming of ice in his veins.
It's stolen by Monk. Shot's good by Walker. Walker's got 12 in the game.
Well, that's 3 of their last 5 baskets in transition.
Dishes it to Daniels. And that comes off the assist by Ulis. Ulis has got 3 assists now in this one. Hornets leading by 18. Here's Monk. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
And it's happening at both ends, trying to end this thing before it begins.
Warren, good.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Warren's gone 1 of 2, shooting from 3. Monk kicks to Zeller. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Suns. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard to see which teams have the most buckets in transition since the All-Star break. The Suns 5th.
You know, as the season wears on, the team that can stay fresh can take advantage. They continue to get out and run, and teams are struggling to keep up.
Glenn, a screen. There's a good screen. Here's Ulis. The shot misses. Walker with some nice D. There's 39 seconds left to play in the first. It's off, but still a great shooting night. 6 of 8 from the field in the game. The wide open look here for Ulis. A three-pointer off the mark. Charlotte leading by 17. And Walker gets it to go on the assist from Jeremy Lamb. 14 points for him.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
15 seconds left in the first quarter. Pass to Warren. Monk with a double team. Warren kicks to Len. Out to Chris. 3 on the clock. No good on the 3. Good if it goes. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. It's Charlotte up 19. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And Dwight Howard, a lightning rod figure around the league, subject to a lot of criticism, but he says he takes comfort in playing the game he still loves.
Basketball, this is my passion, on the court, it's my sanctuary. I want to have fun. The reason I play is to win championships, and I take this game very seriously.
It's an interesting concept that Dwight has to take something very seriously in order to have fun. He does say he has a burning passion to win a championship. He's been in the finals, and this is a guy that's got still a lot to shoot for, he feels, in his career.
That's a great point, Kevin. And the challenge for Dwight is how to balance how serious he is and how passionate he is with having that fun on the court that he's after.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And a comfortable margin for the Hornets here, guys.
I mean, a huge lead, and already after this first quarter, they're starting to make it look easy.
I love it. They have their track shoes on. Right off the tip, they were in full attack mode. This offense is really churning.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Down low, it's Kaminsky and Zeller. Jeremy Lamb out there with Kemba Walker. And it's Monk in at the 3. Outside Jackson. And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Hornets making a change here. Graham's checked in. Payton, he's checked in for the Suns. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. That one may be a little beyond his comfort zone, but he made it count.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Playing with great energy, Zeller has the speed to drive.
Suns trail by 21. Payton with the ball, now guarded by Monk. Jackson setting the pick here for Payton. And they double up Payton. 13 feet away, and the Suns tack on 2 more.
You know there's no way that's going to get blocked. He just has to rise up and drink.
And the dunk by Zeller.
One of the more positive attributes of Zeller, the explosiveness to play above the rim on a regular basis.
One thing that I think many players and certainly many other coaches, Chris, in the NBA love about Steve Clifford is his brutal honesty. He will pull no punches with you.
Yeah, reporters just can't throw cliche phrases at him during the press conferences or he'll dismantle him. The frankness he has with the media and players is one reason players like playing for him.
Here is Daniels, covered by Lamb. Jackson has the open look. And a miss there on the triple.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Count that one. Zeller's got 11 points in the quarter.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Phoenix calls timeout. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Yeah, we saw no matter what they tried offensively, the opponent just had the answer.
And in a big way. This was a blowout. The players, coaches, everyone is to blame.
And maybe not as highly touted as some other guards that went before him, but Malik Monk can be scary on the floor. He can get hot like no other, and once he's dialed in, the points just seem to flow. A moment here to see some numbers for Payton. Over the last month, getting it done. Averaging about 15 points, 7 assists, and 7 rebounds. And he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
Hey, every symphony needs a conductor. He unifies his teammates, sets the tempo, and they make some sweet, sweet music.
Greg, as you said, Monk has that ability to take over with his shooting.
I mean, Monk looks to get going with his scoring at all times, and he's just got that shooter's mentality where all shots are good shots. That can be a positive and a negative, but I prefer he have that aggressive mentality when it comes to scoring the basketball.
Here's Payton, and the 3 off target.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
No good from Lamb. Zeller laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Zeller's got 13.
And the work ethic of Zeller. Now that's what makes him dangerous when scoping out opportunities on the offensive glass.
Down low, here's Len. That's in, coming off an assist from Peyton. 6 points for Alex Len.
Well, after not making anything from the field in the first, he has really elevated his game this second quarter. Well, he caught him in stride with the lead pass. Now that was timing.
Phoenix has gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. To the inside. Again, Phoenix. Charlotte shooting a magnificent 69% in this game. And the dunk by Zeller.
The versatility to play in the high post as well as alongside the baseline. Zeller does have places to get his buckets, which have been piling up tonight.
And they double up Peyton. And stolen by Zeller. The finish. And the dunk by Zeller.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Here's Daniels. Off target with his 3. The Hornets on offense. Shot by Zeller, no good. Outside Jackson. Daniels kicks to Peyton. They set the pick. And there's the call on Cody Zeller. That's his first foul. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is checked in for Monk. And then for Phoenix, Bender, he's checked in for Dudley. And it's Devin Booker in for Daniels. So Charlotte calls timeout. They're first. And part of analyzing a game can be offering forth critique of players or officials or organizations. Chris, how do you find that balance of candor and yet not being too critical, being too harsh?
Great question. The way I try to have an honest balance is to remember how I felt when it happened to me.
Interesting.
When you're a player, if someone comes with hard, credible evidence, it's true. You can't take anything personal. But when guys are just criticizing the same jump shot that you made last play, I'm not that guy. So, I try to keep a balance by being fair and honest, first of all, to the fans of that city and that state, and letting them know how great their team is, but also that maybe their team is playing lazy. Maybe look at this effort not out there by the floor. But also, in a blowout game, I also give the team that's losing by 30 just as much respect as I do the winning team, because those guys work just as hard. This is just a specific night they didn't play that well. So I just try to make every game as special as it is to me, from being a kid growing up to being able to play in the league, but then also just being fair. Benefit of the doubt first, but if you do 2 or 3 stupid things, then you're a stupid player that night. Just being honest, having fun. And I've gotten some calls from players, and I don't care. I'm not hard to find. And I just try to have fun, be honest, and no hard feelings, man.
Oh, just a brick wall of a screen. Knocks the defender out of the play.
Really like that work there in the paint. He has really established a low post presence.
Out to the right wing. Peyton with the ball. He's picked up by Lamb. Here's Zeller, and the dunk by Zeller.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Oh, well, that's because it was terrific anticipation. Also, the quick hands, a lethal combination.
Defense, for me, just hasn't made the commitment to sprint back in transition, and that's why you see such a huge differential in fast break points.
Batum against Booker. Kicks the land. Over in the corner, Bender. No good from outside.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
The Suns have gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. Batum with the steal. By himself, and Batum throws it down.
And the long legs of Batum, that's what allows him to leak out so quickly in transition. He runs the floor like a Jaguar.
And they double up Peyton. For 3, Booker. That's in, coming off an assist from Peyton.
For 3.
Payton's got assist number 5 here tonight.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
He has great body control for a big man. Zeller takes the hit, but keeps on finishing.
For Phoenix, they've gone 8 of 15 since we began the second quarter. Excellent shooting. Booker against Batum. Back to Payton. There's Jackson with the 3. And there's the pass to Booker. Len with a screen on Batum. Here's Booker. Takes a big height bounce and goes in. Booker's got 16.
It's his shooting that's kept them out of an even deeper hole.
Baseline jumper. Unable to get that one. And Phoenix will come the other way. Pass to Jackson. And Booker kicks to Payton. Here's Bender. They get it back. Len, good. 10 points for him.
He has put forth an outstanding effort on offense this quarter. He will need to keep it up if they really want to cut into this lead.
Kid Gilchrist, no luck.
Look, you can't defend down low much better than that. Refuses to give him an easy path to the bucket.
There's Jackson with the 3. Again, the miss by Jackson.
He hasn't been his best this quarter.
Here's Graham. Charlotte again missing. Well, Phoenix shooting at an even 50% from the floor here in the second quarter. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And one of the things that stands out about Josh Jackson out of Kansas, his playmaking ability at that forward position. For a guy 6'8", you can put the ball in his hands and let him create offense for you, much like a Draymond Green.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
That free throw, no good. And Josh Jackson, Greg, out of Kansas, able to step into that point forward role well.
And in today's game, you can't have too many playmakers on the court at one time. Josh Jackson is Draymond Green 2.0. A little bit better athlete, can be a difference maker defensively, but also has that high IQ on the offensive side to make everybody better.
He's off on the second.
And Jackson certainly has a lot of explosiveness. One of those guys who really wears his heart on his sleeve and brings that energy level every night.
And it's Phoenix's ball. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Back to Ulis. To the wing on the left. Chris. And it's off from three-point range. Charlotte shooting 69%, showing you what a well-oiled offense looks like tonight. And Kid Gilchrist gets it to go in.
And I like that they're not settling. Hitting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Ulis kicks to Jackson. Goes back up. The shot, no good. Nice D from Williams.
He'll be beating himself up if they can't come back because he is not carrying his weight at the offensive end. Just the presence of the D in the lane is enough to make him short-arm that layup.
Jackson kicks to Chris. Outside for Jackson. And the 3 ball is good. Jackson's got his second bucket of the night.
And it's important that Jackson become consistent from deep. That definitely has the touch to make shots from there.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers.
Batum brings the double team. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Booker. And a look now at the various locations of the shots taken so far for Walker.
Well, they say the mid-range game is a dying art form, but after looking at this shot chart, they are injecting a ton of life into it. Whatever space is being offered up to them in the mid-range, they have accepted and have continually knocked down shots to make the defense pay.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Guys, with the Hornets' length and mobility at the 2 through 4 positions, the team switches a lot defensively. Coach Steve Clifford said, You have to deal with mismatches at times, but it makes defense simpler. With those guys, they're all big enough, strong enough, and competitive enough that they're going to battle. Kevin?
And having that kind of versatility on defense is huge. D.A., thank you so much. Booker outside. 1:32 left in the first half. From the arc. And that one is off. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. When Marvin Williams came into the NBA out of North Carolina, the world was expecting a lot out of him, mostly because of where he was drafted, which was number 2 overall back in 2015. He hasn't lived up, Chris, to those draft position numbers, but he has been a solid contributor his entire career.
Well, it's not his fault the GM picked him that high, so I don't know. I think most players knew what his potential was. I just think that was a mistake of a GM. But for Marvin, it took some time, but he's grown into playing the power forward position. He came in as a 3, believe it or not, so I always thought he was at a disadvantage. He's always been able to shoot and stretch the floor from that spot, but now if he had played the 4, coming in and stretched out bigger guys, I think that would have been more advantageous for his game.
So for the Suns, Chandler comes in for Dragan Bender, and Warren subbed in for Jackson. And he makes both free throws. And Marvin Williams, for a long while, had been viewed as a tweener. You know, a player who was stuck somewhere, Greg, between the small and power forward positions.
Yeah, and for a lot of players, that is plenty to get you minutes. I mean, Williams has improved on his defense here later in his career, and he shot more threes, and it's really become a weapon for him over the course of his career.
Well, Phoenix shooting 41% for the game. There's a screen by Chris. Booker with it, and Batum picks him up defensively. From beyond the arc, Ulis can't get it to go. And a fast break now for the Hornets. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Tyler Ulis.
He knows how to make the most of his tools. Batum using his length, putting pressure on the D and getting to the line.
The Hornets have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6.
And taking a look at their free throw statistics on the season, right around 74%.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
Well, you rarely get to see a player like Batum who has such a dynamic game at the shooting guard spot. He's one of the best rebounders at his position and defenders. Terrific passer and a very unselfish player.
Both free throws good from Batum. And with Batum, he is one of the elite rebounding guards, no doubt. A large part of that is because of his height and length as a shooting guard.
Well, Batum is listed as 6'8", but he has a wingspan of a condor. I mean, his wingspan is reported at 7'4". Just an all-around great player who gives you so much when he's on the floor.
Shot's good by Walker. Walker's got 20 points.
No hesitation at all in transition, and they have a huge margin in that department.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. There's the double team with Walker. Here's Chris. And again, it's the Suns missing.
Yeah, really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Yeah, going up against a big run, trying to mount one of your own. I mean, it's exhausting and takes a tremendous amount of energy here.
Here's Batum. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. The Hornets on top, ending the second quarter with a huge surge, an 18-7 run. We'll be back shortly live from Spectrum Center.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime show on 2K Sports. After the first 2 quarters of play, it's Charlotte in control. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what did you see from them?
Well, they built this lead in large part because of the sharpshooters off the bench. The subs played a superb game. Get it? Sub, superb. Oh, I'm rolling tonight. I mean, they played like starters.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Phoenix?
Well, they're obviously facing a hot shooting team tonight. That combined with a lackluster effort on defense, recipe for disaster. Without major improvements defensively, this game is OVA. Over.
That's it for now as the second half's just about ready to go.
Hi again, everyone. Welcome back to Charlotte. The buildings of downtown shining in the background. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but you know, anything can happen. You have to like what we're seeing from Cody Zeller.
Well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them and really few forced shots here so far.
Terrific first half on offense. This is how you draw it up. We'll see if they can maintain that efficiency going forward.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. The Hornets shooting it as well as you're going to see, 67%. Starting the second half, here's Jay Triano's 5. Booker and Warren on the perimeter. Bender out there with Chandler, and it's Payton in at the point guard position.
Even with the D swarming Walker, he rattles in these shots. Just an exceptional finisher close to the basket.
Stolen by Walker. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Walker leading the charge. And slam dunk by Kid Gilchrist.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Yeah, talent in this league has it so that now pretty much every team can push the pace. You have to get back on defense.
Payton with the ball. He's picked up by Walker. Payton dishes to Warren. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Kidd Gilchrist. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
And they double up Payton. Wants to get it to Booker and does. 6 to shoot. Now here's Bender. He's tightly guarded. No good that time.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know. Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Here's the 3. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. And 12 points for Dragan Bender.
And not only is Bender physically imposing down low, he also can stretch the floor with his perimeter shooting. He's lethal from deep. And since they've come out of halftime, they've been extremely poised and very efficient.
And don't forget, very accurate. Taking shots within the flow of the offense. Not something that can be said for their opponent.
And no matter what they've...
Oh, you see that? Kid Gilchrist never ceases to amaze with his athleticism. Simply phenomenal at dropping the hammer.
That was a terrific replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment.
Solid start to the half for them. 3 of 4 from the field now.
Walker with it. Now Chandler defending. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Elfrid Payton.
And up and down this Suns roster, there is a ton of youth. One of the younger teams in our league last season, and that was weighted with Tyson Chandler's age. A lot of young players looking to make their mark here in the NBA.
And he makes the first. And last season, the Suns broke their franchise record for the youngest starting 5 the team has ever put on the court on multiple occasions.
Yeah, and with those young lineups, you could see the benefits, but also the concerns. I mean, they got a lot of extended looks, at young players, and this team figures to have a bright future. But let's face it, there were some inconsistent stretches because of that youth. It's always difficult for a young group to learn how to become efficient and effective in the half court.
He kicks to Bender. And here's Warren for three. That shot, no good. Now Charlotte takes it the other way. Here's Williams, and good that time. Williams has got 4 points this quarter.
And they have come out of halftime in fuego.
Feeds it to Bender. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Off target with his three. For Charlotte, they've gone as spotless. 6 of 6 from the field since taking the court here in the second half. Kid Gilchrist, count that as his 7th field goal in 10 tries. He's shooting a very good 70%.
And those long arms of Kid Gilchrist come in handy on the offensive glass, just scouring for any second chance opportunities he can get.
Over in the corner, Bender. And the Suns miss again. Here's the Hornets with the ball. They're on a 16-7 run. Almost, but it rolls out.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Well, I like the decision making, though. I mean, that's a shot you want to keep taking.
Got that one up quick. And that's now 28 points for Williams.
Well, Kevin Williams is great at getting to where he wants to shoot the ball. He looks comfortable from firing anywhere right now.
Bender. And Bender throws it down.
And he just elevates and powers in the one-hander.
Textbook. For Charlotte, they've gone 8 of 10 shooting here in the second half. Very strong. Here's Howard. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Howard's got 6.
Outstanding presence of mind. Howard is as dependable as it gets near the rim.
Phoenix has gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Knocked loose. Chandler kicks to Bender. Over in the corner, Warren. Shot clock at 5. Here's Chandler, and the dunk by Chandler.
Oh, you can't lay that pass in there any better.
And here's Charlotte. Howard can't hit.
Well, that's why his size and length are so valuable. He altered the shot and collected the glass, all in a day's work.
Booker the pass to Payton. Chandler a screen. Lobbed up there for Booker. Williams with the steal. Here's Kid Gilchrist. Another shot. And it's Howard laying it in. Howard's got 6 in the quarter.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Batum brings the double team. And stolen by Howard. Out of bounds, Phoenix will take possession.
And here we can check out the story on Nicholas Batum. He's really producing here second half of the season. 6th in assists. And how about his top 10 ranking and free throw percentage? A knockdown shooter, ultra reliable from the line.
And his floor awareness is undeniable. As you pointed out, top 10 in assists, and he's great at drawing the defense and making the perfect pass in stride. Cody Zeller's checked in for Charlotte. Lamb comes in for Nicholas Batum. And Phoenix also making a switch. Troy Daniels, he's checked in for Booker.
That's the awareness that Kid Gilchrist has out there. Excellent at knowing where the open man is.
Now Daniels. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. And there's the call on Howard. That's his first foul. And the Hornets making a change here. Graham's checked in. Phoenix also making some changes. Lenz checked in for Chandler. Dudley comes in for Bender. And it's Jackson in for Warren. Here's Payton. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. Pass to Daniels. 5 on the clock. Fresh shot clock for Phoenix. Payton against Walker. Howard with the steal. And a fast break now for the Hornets. And Howard with the stuff.
You allow Howard to get in close, he's going to punch that ticket.
Here's Payton. Hey, Greg, when you watch Josh Jackson play, it's easy to see that he can eventually be one of the best defenders in the league if he works at it.
The blocks and steals, I think, will always be there.
for Jackson with that length. As he progresses as a player, though, he should improve in the little things. It reminds you a bit of a young Andre Iguodala at times with how explosive he can be athletically.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Oh, terrific pass work. That shot's a lot easier after an assist like that.
Rebound by the Suns. Len's got his 5th rebound in this one. Payton outside. And they double up Payton. Jackson dishes to Len. And the dunk by Len.
And Jackson is a terrific passer at that forward position. Fantastic at setting the table for his guys.
Howard with it, now guarded by Len. Howard's shot is good. Howard's got 12 now in this quarter.
Well, he played very poorly in the first half, but during the second half, he's feeling it. He's really flipped the on switch and owned it.
And there's the call on Howard. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Well, there have been some questions regarding the NBA's playoff format, Chris, if the division by conference is a good thing or if we should open it up to even more teams. Should we even have divisions? If you were going to change anything, what might you change in the playoff format in any way?
Well, I'll tell you this, I would not add more teams. Please. I mean, if you're going to add more teams to watch more bad teams, right. No, if you can't win almost 50% of your games, no way.
Agreed.
I did hear one thing that was kind of interesting is that what if you ranked the teams 1 through 16 in the playoffs so that, yes, I still believe in divisions.
Right.
Kev, because I want the season to matter. Divisions, championships, that matters for a fan base.
Oh, goodness. Did you see that? Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrapper.
Just a remarkable gem. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. For Phoenix, they've gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime, shooting 8 of 15. Here's Ulis. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
Team ball. Great execution on offense. Everyone working together. You wish you could have that on every play.
The Suns shooting it beautifully here in the third, 56% from the field. Jackson in the corner. Jackson missing again. They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
Daniels from outside off the mark.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
They get the rebound, and the basket by Kaminsky.
He's so intelligent around the rim. Kaminsky found a way to own that possession.
Ulis with it. He's picked up by Lamb. There's a screen by Chris. Now, here's Ulis. Tight defense on him. Kaminsky kicks to Graham. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Graham's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Ulis with it. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. He doesn't usually fire from out there. They are in complete control.
This is the ultimate definition of the zone. Everything they've done has worked.
A nice shot by Zeller.
Well, in college, Zeller showed great ability to face up and knock down mid-range jumpers. He's just now doing it more consistently in the pros.
Scooped up. Len, and sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
And with the free throw percentage hovering around 70, he knows he has to bring that up.
One shot.
On the free throw, no good.
Well, you know what this Suns team wants to do when they go up against you? They are looking to get out in the open floor and get easy baskets off transition. One of the best teams in the league when it comes to capitalizing on the break.
And here's Daniels. Glenn, a screen. And stolen by Zeller. And a fast break now for the Hornets. And the dunk by Zeller.
Oh, that's because the big fella Zeller sprinted down the floor with his incredible speed. He's smart at knowing what routes to run in the open floor.
And in general, this Suns team looks to push the tempo, Greg, and play at a very high pace whenever they can.
You know, if you look over the history of the franchise, they've always been at their best when they've played that style. The Suns and that run and gun mentality just seem to go hand in hand. And I think also it happens to work well with the athletes that are presently on this roster.
That's tipped. 11 feet away. And he overshot that one, missing.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Monk with the ball, now guarded by Ulis. Monk's shot's good.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
Here's Ulis. He feeds it to Daniels. Offline with his three.
He is just really almost playing for the other team.
And for a guy that thin to absorb the contact and still knock it down, Lamb does have some metal to him.
Well, Phoenix shooting 43% from the floor. Now, here's Ulis, covered by Lamb. And there's Chris. That's good on the assist by Ulis. Ulis has got his 7th assist here tonight. Here's Lamb. Here's Zeller, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket. Zeller's got 33.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
I mean, I don't know whether to say it's amazing or it's sad, but you're down double digits and you still allow an uncontested layup. Where is the pride? Where is your heart?
And here are the Suns now. Here's Jackson, and he uses the glass on the layup. Jackson's got 8 points.
Yeah, how about the composure down low for Jackson? He's showing all the tools in that toolbox, becoming very efficient when attacking the rim.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Charlotte. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Phoenix. Booker comes in for Troy Daniels. There's 21 seconds left in the third quarter. Kaminsky, terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Monk over Booker, and Charlotte again with the bucket.
And Monk is a good shooter from the mid-range. He's only going to get better the more he looks to shoot from there.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We come back right after this. And now let's take a listen on head coach Steve Clifford.
Good offense, right? We got back every time, and we're doing a good job down there. Everything's in front of us. Keep working together. Just stay with it. This is how we got to play. This is how we got to play. Let's go.
And happy with the efforts of his team on both ends. Steve Clifford just wants to see more of it.
And, you know, you can just see everyone trust each other out there. The energy is high, and that's when this group is at its best.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Aiken is out there with Kaminsky. Then there's Hernan Gomez. Then there's Monk. And it's Carter Williams in at the one. So that's the group out there for Charlotte. to the wing right side. Here's Harrison. And a miss there on the triple. Here's Charlotte now. Bacon the pass to Monk. Charlotte moving the ball around.
Well, that's why his size and length are so valuable. He altered the shot and collected the glass, all in a day's work.
Poked loose. It's going to be out of bounds. The Suns will retain possession. Jared Dudley's checked in for Phoenix. Now, here's Ulis. He's covered closely. Out to the wing. Monk with a double team. Just 4 to shoot. It's blocked.
And despite the short wingspan for a big man, Kaminsky with the height and timing to still block shots.
Charlotte shooting a scorching 68% in the game. Count that bucket.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Right wing. Chandler kicks to Ulis. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Once he gets open on the low block, it's just a matter of getting him the ball.
Passes it to Bacon from deep. And the basket by Kaminsky.
Such an advantage for Kaminsky. He can finish inside with either hand.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Now, here's Ulis. Carter Williams covering. Shot off the pick. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Hornets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. That one doesn't go. The Suns go the other way with it. From 17 feet out. Dudley, no luck. They're making this a runaway.
And the only question for me right now is just how big the lead will eventually become.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Now, here is Reed. And it goes out of bounds. And last touch by Carter Williams. And the Suns making a change here. Warren's checked in. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Chandler outside. Clock at 6. Harrison. And again, it's the Suns missing. For Charlotte, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And we've seen a few players come into the NBA through different paths. Either playing overseas for a year or spending time in the D-League, now known as the G League. Chris, do you think that these alternative paths to the NBA will ever be as common as the standard collegiate path to the NBA?
Well, I think it can be, only because there's such an international presence in the game, and that now you're starting to find players all over. And the great thing about the NBA is it doesn't matter where you come from. It just matters what type of skill set that you have. So I can see it being other paths to the NBA, but the NCAA is always going to be one, in the fact that guys want to play for their state teams, and that's always going to be fun to watch. But thank God for basketball fans and athletes, there's a lot of paths to the NBA, which is the ultimate if you want to play basketball.
Absolutely. The feed to Warren. Chandler a screen. Tries again. And he sinks the layup. 13 points for T.J. Warren.
Oh, he took a terrific angle right there off the screen, something they work on every day in practice.
Monk kicks to Kaminsky. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation.
At the line, Reed. Shooting line.
One shot.
And the free throw no good, but they'll get the ball back here. And the Hornets team that while they have added rotation players via the draft, they haven't been able to draft a star to build around yet.
Oh, well, and with the Hornets, their best pick has been Kemba Walker back in 2011. I mean, they've traded away a lot of their picks right after making them. However, that might change as they lucked out with Monk falling to them.
That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%, 5 for 7. Phoenix has gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Dudley's shot is good.
You can't find much better shot than that one.
For Charlotte, they've gone 6 of 8 from the field in the 4th so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Suns. Here's Harrison. Well, a few seasons ago, the NBA introduced the last 2-minute report, where they release a review of all the calls in the final 2 minutes of a game. It has certainly had some mixed reaction. Chris, how do you feel about the public review that a refereeing crew now faces with the report?
Well, I think pressure should be on referees just like it is on players. I think everyone gets their job evaluated, and it's no different from anyone else. I don't know what it does, though, what a report does by telling you what happened in the last 2 minutes and that this referee missed the call. So I don't know what it does, but I don't mind it because everyone needs to be held accountable, and transparency is always good.
Bender with the bucket.
Oh, he hasn't lost his touch at all. Great shooting performance from him.
The pass to Bacon. Charlotte moving the ball around. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Hernan Gomez, no good.
Everyone in the building thought that one was going to go in, including me. That's just shocking he blew it.
Warren kicks to Bender. Basket counts. Bender's got 12 points in just the second half.
A tough first half, but it's been a different story here since the break.
Carter Williams dishes to Kaminsky. Bacon the pass to Kaminsky. Kicks it to Monk, and it's Carter Williams in the corner. Pass to Kaminsky. Tries to save it, and it goes out of bounds. And last touch by Carter Williams.
Wow. Wasted possession. Thanks to what should have been a simple pass.
And the Hornets making a change here. Graham's checked in. Phoenix has gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the 4th quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Pass to Harrison. And the wide-open shot from Warren. Another 3 for Phoenix.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Stolen by Bender. Now, here's Warren. Tight defense on him from about 16. Bender, no good. For Charlotte, they've gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. Been some solid looks for them. Good work there as it goes. 12 points for Frank Kaminsky.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
And here's Dudley for 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Here's Kaminsky. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
Something lit a fire under him this quarter. Their lead's safe as long as he's on the floor.
The Suns shooting here in the 4th quarter around 41%. Harrison kicks to Warren, and it's Warren with the jam.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Zeller, he's checked in for Hernan Gomez. And the Suns making a change here as well. Daniels is checked in.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That free throw good from Warren.
Well, if you watch the Hornets over the past few seasons, it's easy to see how disciplined they are. They don't turn the ball over on simple plays. They never get too ahead of themselves and give away possessions.
Straight power, homie. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely a resounding dunk. Harrison kicks to Warren. Shoots from the elbow. It's rebounded by Carter Williams. And with the Hornets, taking care of the ball really has become a bit of an identity for this team. It's something that is at the heart of what they do.
Well, with the roster they have, in order to compete with the top teams, they need to play smart. Limiting turnovers and making the most of possessions is critical in that.
And that one's good, Harrison.
If you leave him alone, he'll drain that mid-range jumper all day long.
And the dunk by Zeller.
And when you're open, Carter Williams will find you. He knows his role well.
Sun shooting at a decent 44% clip here. Harrison passes to Warren. Bender kicks to Warren. Here's the screen. Shot clock at 6. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession.
Well, the defense had nothing to do with that turnover. They're just fortunate. That's just plain sloppy passing.
Monks checked in for Charlotte. And then for Phoenix, Len comes in for Warren. And Eula subbed in for Harrison. And the Hornets shooting a scorching 68% in the game. And he comes up with the deuce. Carter Williams has got 8 points here in this quarter.
Look, Carter Williams is a fantastic feel for inside the paint. Defenders have a tough time dealing with his size.
Bender dishes to Daniels. Len a screen. And Michael Carter Williams gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Euless with it, now defended by Carter Williams. Euless passes to Daniels. Len a screen. Fires from deep.
He isn't getting it to fall from outside during this half after recording the 3 during the first.
And finished off by Kaminsky.
He's announcing his presence. Kaminsky was a prolific scorer in college. We're seeing it here tonight.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Euless kicks to Bender. They get it back. Len off target at the rim. Here's Kaminsky. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Now here's Euless. Carter Williams covering to the paint. Here's Bender. And that comes off the assist by Euless. Euless has got his 8th assist here tonight.
You can't do much to combat Bender when he's that close inside. He's just too long and too good in the paint. And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim. Now, here's Euless. Tight defense on him. Len a screen. Offensive rebound. No good off the pick.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
The best laid plans, right? Well, I tell you right there, though, that's one they'll take every single time. He got pretty much a free run to the hoop right there. They might just count those as automatic points.
Euless with it, now defended by Carter Williams. It's stolen by Carter Williams. 1:30 left in the fourth. Tries again. And the layup is up and in.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Hornets.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-gamer.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Cody Zeller.
He was too much for them to deal with tonight, plain and simple. They tried all sorts of ways to contain him, and nothing worked.
Here's Carter Williams. Here's Kaminsky. The shot off that time. And Phoenix the other way now. The dish to Dudley. Ulis kicks to Len. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It goes on Cody Zeller.
And guys, you got to ask, where was this effort when it mattered? The game's over now.
Oh, yeah, this is a nice run here, but too little too late. And deep down, I think they know it.
And the Hornets making a change here. Hernan Gomez is checked in, and the Suns also making a change. Reed's checked in. Charlotte calls timeout. They lead. 32 seconds left in the game. Guys, your thoughts?
And guys, just avoid the unnecessary fouls here. That's about the only thing that can get them in trouble at this point.
Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Cody Zeller.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
Their losing streak had gotten to the point where anybody had to put his foot down. And even though there were other more probable candidates, he's been the one to take over that leadership role.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And the free throw, no good. They're making this a runaway.
And the only question for me right now is just how big the lead will eventually become.
He was named Player of the Year coming out of college. But Kaminsky is still adjusting to the speed of the NBA game.
Kaminsky. Shooting 2.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
First free throw is good. He makes one of two that time. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Here is Daniels. Graham defending. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Over in the corner, Dudley. Clock at 6. And that comes off the assist by Ulis.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Well, that's because they made a concerted effort to get the shooters involved. Now they've built up the confidence.
Carter Williams with the bucket.
I'll tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Well, a well-earned victory, feeding off the energy of this hometown crowd really all night.
And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Mike, you seem to play with poise tonight, but also in attack mode. How do you strike that balance?
I'm just trying to push the ball up the floor, be active and get the guys going.
And you did it well tonight, Michael. Thank you for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Chris Webber, Craig Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. So long, everyone.